Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. Jason Beckerman.
Fabian here.
Cache McClay.
Starting off with some incredibly sad news.
Yep.
Another comedian has died.
Yeah.
Another huge comedian, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Obviously best known, I think, for his voice roles in more recent years as Iago in
Aladdin. Yeah.
and the Affleck Duck, obviously, where
Right.
I think he really reached out to a whole different level of adult notoriety.
Right.
Huge movie star, television star,
Yep.
one of the most iconic voices in the history of comedy.
Yes, and a funny guy himself too. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Shocking news that the way it sort of came out. I think it was weird because Jason Alexander from Seinfeld fame sort of broke it on Twitter, and people didn't know if it was true or not. Nobody was reporting it, and then shortly thereafter, his family puts out this statement confirming that, yeah, he'd passed away. He'd been battling some sort of long illness.
Yeah.
Unclear what it was, but super sad. I mean, just shocking and just kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. The comedy community is really taking like hit after hit.
Yeah,
So
they
many
are.
comedians are just falling. It's just complete. It's so sad and devastating.
Obviously, Bob Saget died recently.
Who was good friends with Gilbert.
Right. Norm Macdonald died.
Yes.
What's it been,
Yep.
about a year or so ago? And similar to Gilbert Gottfried, nobody knew he was sick. And
Right.
nobody in the outside world knew he was sick, and he was.
And then Louis Anderson
and
died
of course,
too.
Louis Anderson,
Yeah.
who had been, I think, a little bit more public with his physical ailments. But the comedy world is, it is what it is, right?
Right,
I
people
mean,
die, obviously.
People
Right.
die, and life moves on. But nevertheless, it is stunning by all accounts. Notwithstanding a hiccup back in 2011 when he made some unfortunate comments in the wake of the Fukushima natural disaster, tsunami,
Right.
and nuclear meltdown in Japan, which he suffered from. He lost his Affleck job. But notwithstanding that, and don't want to gloss over too much, but he was well known as he was beloved, really nice guy. I think everybody liked him. Jeff Ross had some really nice things to say about him today.
Yeah, I can quickly read through. He says, I got to say goodbye to Gil last night. He went quietly, surprising I know, in his sleep from a rare muscle disease that's been bugging him for a while. He handled it like a champ, performing until the end. Nobody made me laugh so hard, although today is a sad day. Please keep laughing as loud as possible so Gil and Bob and Norm can hear it. And speaking of the muscle disease, I think I'm remembering it now. Charlie Neff sent something that I think his publicist or agent might have said, like muscle dystrophy or something like that. It was like some kind of a disease that he was like that he was suffering from. What do you make about the fact that people are seemingly kind of like not sharing their health statuses, and when they pass away, like Norm and Gilbert here, it comes as a huge shock. They're obviously entitled. I mean, that goes without saying,
Sure.
but like, I don't know. I feel like in a world where everyone is so public, these kind of throwback kind of guys keep it to themselves until the very end, it seems. I kind of respect it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's necessary just so they can deal with the trauma that comes with it alone and by themselves. I mean, they dedicate their whole lives to pleasing others, making us laugh, making their
Right.
lives public. And so that's just the
They can at
one
least hold
thing.
on to this sort
To
of
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I
true.
think it does run somewhat counter to the public face that they give, where you think you know a lot about them, and
Right.
you think you know they put what they want out there. But to your point, they can do whatever they want, and if they wanted to keep it quiet, they keep it quiet. But
Yeah.
it comes as a stunning to their family and to their not their family, to their
Fans.
and those people who watch them. I think it's a tribute to Gilbert Gottfried, maybe, that he had this persona, this voice,
Yep.
right, that could have been found really annoying, but I think it's a tribute to his talent that he sort of became this guy with the really annoying voice that everybody loved to hear.
Right.
And I think that's pretty remarkable.
And I
Yeah.
special shout out for the Beverly Hills Cop 2 scene where he plays Sydney something, Bernstein or something. Sydney
Yeah.
Bernstein. And Eddie Murphy comes in and kind of cons him. He gets him out of his chair and away from his computer by saying, hey, you got a bunch of unpaid parking. It's a hilarious scene. People should go watch it. It's super funny. So that's a standout. So R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried.
R.I.P., yeah.
All right, Pete, we want to switch over to Pete and Kim. What do we got?
Yeah, so this there's a lot of Kim and Pete news, and not surprising because the show is coming out. The Kardashians' new show on Hulu is coming out this week. So
On Thursday.
So Kim is on a full press run at this moment, and obviously talking about her relationship with Pete. She was on a podcast called Not Skinny but Not Fat, and she was kind of dishing about the first time that she kissed Pete and the first time that she sort of knew there were some fireworks there. They first started talking, I think, at the Met Gala, but when they actually locked lips during the SNL skit, speaking of Aladdin, when they were doing Aladdin, she said that she sort of felt some quote unquote, she felt that BDE, that BDE energy from
Wait.
him.
Google.
Hold on.
Yes.
She felt the BDE
She-
or just
from
the
the
BD?
I thought it was a spark.
The,
Was it
the kiss
BDE?
was that she felt something from the kiss. We have the
No.
sound.
Yeah, we gotta break
We
this
need the
down.
sound.
Let's hear the sound.
Let's hear the sound. What Kim says.
When we kissed, I was just like,
Really?
But
Like
I
a
was
stage kiss?
yeah, it was a stage kiss, but it was like still like a little zing, you know? It wasn't anything like a super crazy feeling. I was just like, And then I was like, wow, I really haven't kissed anyone else in 10 years. So maybe I'm just like being stupid and it's just nothing. And it's
Yeah.
just a stage kiss. And then a few days later, I was like, there is some BDE action. And like, how am I gonna, I just got to get myself out there.
So I don't know.
That bleep, which we don't need to do in the podcast world for BDE. Right?
Yeah, it's
big penis energy,
big dick energy.
Right.
Which is a funny little gag running with Pete.
Right.
But I don't really know what
Funny
she
little
means.
gag. The man's apparently incredibly well endowed.
That
funny
is the
little
word on the
gag.
street, apparently.
Who said that?
Ariana Grande sort of
okay.
said. I mean, it's word on the street. I mean, frankly, I totally believe it. Especially if you're gonna get with Kim Kardashian, you got to be kind of hacking low key. So anyway, so the point is, here's the thing. I think Pete Davidson was lucky in so many instances. Like he was apparently the first guy, whether it was a staged kiss or not, the first guy to kiss Kim Kardashian in 10 years. She says, I didn't kiss another man in 10 years. I was married to Kanye this whole time. So I think he was just, it was circumstance and just luck and sort of fate for him. He kissed her on SNL. She felt something. What if she would have kissed Colin Jost or something? Or he's married. That doesn't really work. But another single man on SNL, any one of those other cast members, if she would have kissed that guy instead of Pete, you think that she would have still felt the same way? Because
They could have done a rebound too.
yeah, but I think there's something about Pete. I mean, just like there's something about Mary.
I love the fact you think that because Colin Jost is married, he would not get excited from kissing
Yeah, he
Kardashian
would.
and
He
she
would.
might not get excited. Look, I don't know. I take it that she probably liked him, was attracted to him
I think
anyways.
so too. Yeah,
I don't think no matter how that old sort of movie trope that you kiss a guy you've never really had a romantic interest in, but the kiss is so wonderful you begin to develop that interest. That's not the way it works,
Yeah,
right?
that's not real.
You're
no.
attracted to somebody and you kiss them and therefore you like
right,
them
and then
more.
it confirms your bias.
Right. Or the kiss sucks and then you might not like them.
Yeah.
I mean, Kesha, what do you think?
I mean, I feel like after 10 years, I feel like anybody was bound to give her some sort of feeling.
Sure.
And I think that, they said he's known to be charismatic and all this stuff. So, I mean, he had a pretty
Allegedly,
good shot.
yeah.
And she's going
Kenan
through a rough
Thompson's
time.
like, damn. I
Yeah.
She's in a vulnerable state too, like despite
Right.
how she felt about moving forward. I mean, we have to consider that.
Right.
And so like a lot of people are saying, I think they're going to get married. Some people are arguing that they think that might just be a fling for her, like a rebound relationship, which I kind of can see that
Well,
too.
to that point, so even though Pete has rebound written all over him and just quote unquote a good time written all over him, he apparently the relationship has legs. It's not going the distance. I'm not going to say that so far, but it's going places in the sense that they're still going out. They're still super heavy on the PDA. They were just out with Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez last night for some kind of double date or something, which is crazy.
It's always troubling to look too much into a photograph or a series of photographs, but she looked genuinely happy. I think dating Kanye is a lot of effort, right?
Yes.
Not because he's not an incredible guy,
Right.
Not because he's not a genius. He clearly is.
It's a
but
job
there's a
kind
lot.
of.
You got
Yeah,
to
it
deal
is.
with all the
I mean-
Kanye's genius, right?
I think it's sort of refreshing when you come out of
Right.
a long divorce and a long-term relationship that didn't end well now.
Right.
To something that's refreshing and young.
Yeah.
Right.
And like no kids attached to this. The responsibilities are different. So I
Right.
think
Right.
you know
it's easy to
just
be
gonna feel-
happy and happier and lighter
Yeah.
in that kind of relationship. But it was nice to see, I guess, for her, because everybody deserves happiness. And
I will
she
say this
among
about
them,
Pete
but-
Davidson: the fact that him and Kim they're super. I guess they're buddy with Jeff Bezos, like the
Okay.
second richest man on earth at this point. The fact, which is insane. Pete Davidson is he has had the biggest come up in the history of Hollywood. And I would argue in the last 10 or 15 years. It really is.
Really?
It's insanity.
Okay.
Like he comes up on Kim Kardashian, which is like what? He's not. I'm not want to get too much into this, but he's not worthy of her. Frankly, he is beneath her as far as a
It's
status.
a rebound.
As far as
that's
status
gonna
as a celebrity, he's way beneath her. He's punching up. He's dating Kim Kardashian. Now he's buddies with Jeff Bezos. He was about
Because
to
of
fly
Kim, I
to. He was
feel
about to
like.
fly to space. I mean, Pete Davidson is on a rocket of.
He is. All that's true. But let's not forget, he dated Ariana Grande.
He
who
did. He
is
did.
a superstar and
Yeah.
sensationally
He's a
gorgeous.
superstar for the women he dates. He's not a superstar in his own right, in my opinion.
She's a
okay.
superstar, right?
Yeah.
And then he transitions to Kate Beckinsale,
Yeah,
who
which
of
is
the late
wild.
40s set
Right, cougar
is
type,
as
whatever.
beautiful as it comes.
Sure, yeah.
And then he parlays that. Who knows?
And he starts
who was
dating
in
a bunch of
between.
other random
a ladies'
actresses.
man.
Yeah,
That's what
he
he
gets
is.
down.
And then he gets
apparently.
like Kim was the next possible, but like next is the Queen of England. That's all that's left for him, right?
I agree. So we'll
She
see
is
what comes of
single.
it. We'll monitor that. But good for them, I suppose. That's where we can kind of leave that. And in other coupley news,
Yeah, now we're
Lots of couples.
we talked about engagement,
Yes.
or girlfriend boyfriend.
right now
Skipping through engagement, we're now
going
at,
to parenthood.
we're going to parenthood.
Yeah.
Britney
Possibly.
Spears,
Maybe.
definitely, right? Why do we not believe the words she's saying? She
Yeah.
said she's pregnant.
She said she was pregnant, kinda. I mean, she came out on Instagram and she made a lengthy post and she said she took a pregnancy test, but then she said her food baby is growing and growing. So it's not super clear if she's talking about if she's actually pregnant or if she just has a food baby.
Yeah, this announcement was met with so much confusion. So Britney Spears, I mean, look, the reason why people didn't know what to make of it is because Britney Spears is kooky and eccentric and kind of weird, and all good for her. That's her personality. It's all fine. But like, if you can't, especially if you're actually making an announcement like this, you got to be clear and concise and just keep it simple.
I don't know how much clearer she can be. Look, she said, I lost so much weight to go on my Maui trip only to gain it back. My husband said, no, you're food pregnant, silly. So I got a pregnancy test and well, I am having a baby.
You're right.
But
That's
continue
pretty
the
clear,
next
actually.
sentence. It gets a little.
Yeah, I deleted. I omitted the
Yeah,
next
four
sentence.
days later, I got a little more food pregnant. Like that. What does that mean?
I don't
like
know.
it doesn't. You're right. It's bizarre. And again, like Britney Spears these days is a riddle wrapped within I don't know something.
Oh,
but
Britney.
she speaks in riddles and is cryptic. I never know what she's actually talking about. If she is pregnant, congratulations. And if she's not, then
Congratulations.
yeah, congratulations, I guess. Although Sam Asghari has seemingly come out and appears to have kind of confirmed this. He was talking about fatherhood on like his most
Yeah.
recent Instagram post. So the fact that he's talking about fatherhood, and I think she did another follow-up post where she's like showing off like her maternity outfits or whatever. That's kind of how I think she phrased it. I think she actually might be pregnant. Like I don't know. Like this should be a bigger deal than it is, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
it's her fault because she hasn't cleared it up,
Well, I
and
think
her
she-
reps aren't responding to anybody. Nobody can get a
Yeah.
hold of them. It's weird. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she expressed that she wanted more kids with him. I
Right.
think it's unfortunate if this is her moment that is met with so much confusion.
Right.
I think she's trying to tell us. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know.
Here's the thing, Brittany. If you're pregnant, just say, "Hey guys, I'm pregnant." Just to clarify, and that would then
You know
you'll
what would be the next thing we'd say would be, do you think she's really pregnant? I mean, what can
You're
she say
right.
at this point other than like producing a baby? That's
right.
gonna
Show us
convince
the
us.
baby, and I guess we'll have to wait
Right.
for that.
But again, that's all on her because then not she can do whatever she wants.
True,
But she's
true.
been kind of vague for the last
Yeah.
year, right?
Yeah.
Or the last 7 years, maybe. I don't
But
know.
if she's not pregnant, is this post weird? Like, is it just like, okay?
It's strange.
It's
Yes.
strange,
If
right?
she's not pregnant, it's really
all
weird.
of her posts are really strange, frankly. So there's nothing new there.
And
but-
she was apparently drinking coffee, and Siobhan mentioned in
Yeah.
the morning meeting that if
Yeah,
you're
you're not supposed to be on
drinking
caffeine when you're
But if
pregnant.
it may be decaffeinated, whatever.
Right, we don't know.
Who knows?
We just
So-
don't know. But we do know some interesting news about
Yeah.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck.
We're going from dating
minute.
to baby
We went
to
the
now
wrong
we're going to
direction.
engagement. We're all over the
We
place.
should
here.
have done Ben and J-Lo, and yeah.
And yeah, anyway,
yeah,
but
then
we're-
the baby,
yeah.
but you know.
Right, we're good.
So she came out on her newsletter and she said that he actually proposed while she was in the bathtub.
That's
He
interesting.
popped a question and she said it was the most unexpected thing, but it was so romantic for her.
Yeah.
And she was just she was speechless and she couldn't sort of fathom in that moment how she could be back in this spot 20 years later.
Hmm.
Obviously, things are much different.
But these announcements, by the way, are being made through onthejlo.com. It's like her own little exclusive website. Like
Yeah.
you have to it's so annoying. You have to sign up with it. You have to for the newsletter and all this crap. It's like I don't want just give me the tea. They post it on Instagram. It's so annoying. But yes, what you just described is exactly what she posted on her newsletter. Here's my theory. Ben Affleck, I mean, he knows like if you're proposing, you're married. Have you ever been married?
I have not.
Okay,
no.
neither have I.
Or
So
engaged.
I guess I'll find this out one day maybe. But if she's in the bathtub, she's new, she's naked in the bathtub, right? Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, I think
Most
so.
likely.
If you tell me this, and I'm not trying to get too personal, but like after you propose, I imagine anyone who proposes and says yes, there's usually post-proposal sex at some point, right?
That would be logical. Yeah.
After
Yes.
the emotions and tears and
Yes. The same day you have post-proposal sex. So Ben Affleck, in anticipation of this, I think maybe like, oh, let's just get right to it right
I
now.
think he probably got
kind
in
of
the
thing,
tub with her,
I
right?
believe so. I mean, why not?
But baby, I don't think that was
You
the
propose, she
intention
says
going
yes, she's
into
already
the
there naked. He's
proposal.
just kind of cutting time. He's
I
just,
don't know. I think he
that's an
wanted to.
efficient man right here.
I think he wanted to catch her off guard and be like she said in the least suspected way. Because I
Sure.
mean, they've been engaged before, and so
Right.
I mean, they're a big couple, so he probably wanted to her. Like she probably knew it was coming soon.
Sure.
But in the tub, nobody could predict that.
Right.
Right. And let's go to the tub for a second. She says it's her favorite place
go
on
to the
earth. You called it very romantic. Is there anything really romantic about a bathtub? And let's set up because like you're in there, you're the water's
It's
dirty.
nasty,
I'm not a
yeah.
big bathtub. Are
I'm
you?
A
not a
bubble
bad
bath
bathtub
is
person.
different than just So
The
it's
water's still
calming.
gross after like 5 minutes.
Other 5
right?
minutes.
True.
Yeah.
You
But
can
I
be as
mean-
famous as you want. It's still nasty.
It's
I
That's
think
right.
bathtubs are a little more romantic than showers. I mean, you can do I don't know. It's just
It
it's
is.
just,
It is.
they're-
It's a
they're not-
vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe
and
for
they're not
sure.
as common now. So
And I imagine J-Lo's baths or whatever are kind of elaborate.
Yeah,
you
her
gotta
bath
imagine.
water's probably crystal clear after an hour. Yeah.
So congratulations to them. And
But before she
ahead.
also noted about the ring. We can't forget about the ring.
right.
So this
Lay it
ring,
on me.
Yeah, it's her favorite color, green.
Right.
It's
Which is go
yeah.
on. I'm not going to
Wait, wait,
criticize.
wait,
you.
No,
gonna
apparently
say?
it's incredibly rare and insanely expensive. A green diamond, very rare to find. The only more rare are pink and something else.
Oh
But
wow! So
yes,
it's actually luxurious then.
and it's
Okay.
estimated $10 million.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and her first ring, I believe, when he proposed in 2002, I think, was about $2 million. So definitely an upgrade.
Yeah,
They're-
he's got way more money now than he did back then. He
And-
was balling back then too. So
Not
Yeah.
nearly as much as she has. but
Right,
nevertheless, a lot of money.
Well, actually,
yeah.
you think?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, J-Lo.
I think she's a
Really?
$500 million kind of thing, and he's a couple $100 million.
Yeah, that's true.
I think so.
Didn't there a mansion deal fall through supposedly?
Yeah.
They were going to buy an $80-some million mansion, but that
Right.
fell through. But there's another $80 million mansion.
It's around the corner
that they're
somewhere.
looking at
Yeah,
now, probably
yeah,
as we
yeah.
speak.
Right, right.
I don't. I just hope this goes the distance.
Well, it
and
seems like-
we will see because J-Lo does not have the greatest track record on that. But
It seems
we'll
like
see.
all these women are like winning with men who are like not necessarily in their bracket or at their level necessarily.
Well, actually-
Ben and J-Lo, I think, are
No,
they
right.
are
That-
equals
that's
on
right.
that front
Yeah, she's wealthier maybe, but you're right. They're both
They're equal,
A-list.
as
yeah.
far as fame and stuff. Sure.
But you're right. You have and what's interesting here is that the women are more famous and wealthier than the men are, right?
Yeah.
Which is not always what we see.
Right.
You have Kim and Pete, obviously. You
Yeah,
have
he's way out of his league
yeah,
in that one.
Brit-
But yeah,
He's
Brittany
so
and
hard.
whatever Brittany's guy is.
Brittany
name
and Sam-
is.
right,
yeah,
Sam,
he's trying to be an
whoever.
actor and stuff.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right. But yeah, so Ben and Jen proposing in the tub.
Bennifer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bennifer 2.0. I love it.
I think, Fabian, that just means you have a shot with somebody much richer and more famous. than
Yeah, I
you.
think so. That's great news. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we can maybe wrap it up there.
All right, guys. Thanks a whole lot.
Yeah,
Thanks
check-
for joining us on the podcast.
And by the way, check us out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, iHeart, wherever you get your podcasts. We're all there. And we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
See ya.